1:59 put Tampa Bay up 3-0 after the first period. Brendan Point with his fourth, Anton Stroman with his first, Nikita Kucherov with his second of the game and 10th of the year had the score 6-0 at the end of the second period. Halfway through the third period at the 10:32 mark, Mikhail Sergachev scored on the power play to make it 7-0, and Jake Gutzel on the power play at 18:18 for Pittsburgh broke up the shutout of Andrei Vasilevsky and completed the score. Final score, Tampa Bay 7, Pittsburgh 1. Shots on goal, 32 for Tampa Bay and 29 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. In Brooklyn, San Jose also came east to play the New York Islanders. Final score in this game was the Islanders 5, San Jose 3. There was no scoring in the first period. At the 6:26 mark of the second, Logan Couture on the power play with his fourth. A minute 7 seconds after that, Andres Lee scoring his fourth to tie the games at 1. 58 seconds after the Lee goal, Josh Bailey scoring unassisted with his third to put the Islanders up 2-1. So 3 goals in that game in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. At the 12:44 mark of the second period, Logan Couture scoring his second of the game and fifth of the season to tie the score at 2 heading into the third period. At the start of the third period, 3:12 in, and Drew Ladd scored his second to put the Islanders up 3-2. Anders Lee scoring his second of the game, fifth of the year, to extend the Islanders' lead to 4-2. Logan Couture scoring his hat-trick goal at 18:08 of the third period to make the score 4-3 for the Islanders, and at 19:04 John Tavares rounded out the scoring, making it 5-3 Islanders. Shots on goal, the Sharks with 31 and the Islanders faced with 22. To Ottawa, to our nation's capital, where the Toronto Maple Leafs came to town in a battle of Ontario to take on the Ottawa Senators. One goal in the first period at 12:01 scored by Nate Thompson, making the score 1-0 after 1. Ryan Dzingel with his third and Derek Brassard with his fifth in the second period helped Ottawa jump out to a 3-0 lead after 2. Then in the third, 6-minute mark, James Van Riemsdyk scores to put Toronto out. Scores to put Toronto within 2, 3-1. Austin Matthews at 8:34 scored also again for Toronto to bring them to within 1, but 7 seconds after the Matthews goal, young Mr. Stone from Ottawa scored to extend Ottawa's lead once again to 2. William Nylander scored his third on the power play to bring Toronto again back to within 1 at the 12:52 mark. And then Derek Brassard with his sixth and Mark Stone with his second of the game, fifth of the year, put the game out of reach. Ottawa 6, Toronto 3. Shots on goal, Ottawa 34 and Toronto 31. And just to go back very quickly, I apologize, 27 and a half seconds left in Calgary. The Flames have just scored to make it 1-1. I can't make out who does Minnesota have in net. It is not Devin Dubnyk. So this is interesting. I'll look that up here for you in a second. Tries to shoot the puck around the boards, gives it up to Gaudreau. Gaudreau finds Monahan out front, and wide open net for Monahan to tie the game at 1. Continuing on with our scores. In Washington, The Florida Panthers came to take on Ovi and the boys in the U.S. Capitol. The Florida Panthers jumped out to a 1-0 lead just a minute 26 into the game. Connor Brickley makes it 1-0. Evgeny Davidoff on the power play scored his second of the year to put Florida up by 2. 8:58 into the second period. Trocheck from Florida makes it 3-0 on the power play. Trocheck scoring his third. Christian Juice from Washington at the 15:23 mark brought Washington back to within 2, but Alexander Barkov scored shorthanded at the 18:44 mark, while Ian McCushin was in the penalty box for hooking, and Barkov finished the scoring off. Florida winning 4-1. Shots on goal, Washington 42, Florida 22. James Reimer standing on his head to help preserve the win. So the Calgary goal actually was, they are giving the assist to Brouwer, so it looks like he is who is playing on the right side with the injury to Yager at this moment in time. Minnesota's coach Bruce Boudreau decided to challenge for offside after the Monahan goal, and the goal was upheld, so it is 1-1, but the Flames will start with a minute 32 of power play time when they start the third period. One other final to tell you about in Dallas. Carolina has been on a very lengthy road trip. They just finished off playing this week in Winnipeg. Edmonton and Calgary are now down in Dallas to play the Stars. Dallas taking the win 4-3. In the first period, Jamie Benn with his fourth, Tyler Pitlick with his first, and Dallas jumped out to a 2-0 lead. In the second period, more scoring by the Stars, Tyler Seguin and Mr. Pitlick again with his second of the game and the season. At the 7:46 mark for Pitlick, extended the Stars' lead to 4-0. But Keela come back by the Carolina Hurricanes. 19:50 at the second period, Jeff Skinner scoring his fourth to make it 4-1 after 2. Skinner scoring again his second of the game and fifth of the season at 5:32 of the third to bring Carolina to within 2. Unfortunately, however, Carolina's comeback did fall short. Jordan Stahl at 15:24 rounded out the scoring with his second of the year. Stars 4, Hurricanes 3. Shots on goal, Carolina 39 and Dallas 26. Since we last spoke, there is 30 seconds left in the third period in Arizona. Chicago has jumped out to a 4-2 lead with goals here in the third period by Lance Boma at 15:36 to put the Blackhawks in front 3-2, and at the 19-minute mark, Tommy Wingles with his first to put Chicago ahead 4-2. Currently, shots on goal are 29-28, and just waiting. It has not yet gone final. There's 17 seconds left in the game, so we'll have a final for that one shortly. Now, let's move on to the CFL, where in in Toronto, the Blue Bombers traveled to Toronto to play the Argonauts. and Justin Metlock missed a last-second field goal, and Haralahu kicked the miss out of the end zone and out of bounds to avoid Winnipeg gaining a rouge that would have tied the game. Toronto wins 29-28. In the game, Ricky Ray becomes just the fourth quarterback in CFL history to pass for more than 60,000 yards during his career. He also passed the 5,000-yard passing plateau once again. And going on right now, it is halftime in Vancouver, 12-12 between the Edmonton Eskimos and the BC Lions. Edmonton is looking to win and get closer to second place. With the Bombers' loss, BC has been eliminated from playoff contention. Also with the Bombers' loss, the Calgary Stampeders, despite losing 30-7 last night to the Rough Riders, have now clinched a bye to the Western Final and first place in the Western Division. Over in the Major League of Baseball, the 2017 World Series will have the LA Dodgers facing the Houston Astros. The Astros tonight beat the New York Yankees in the seventh game of their series, 4-0. They took the series 4-3. Interestingly enough, all 7 games in this series were won by the home team. I'm just looking to see, they have not, I do not believe, posted when the World Series will start. As of yet. Just trying to see if I can find out where that is. No, I do not see. I do not see where they posted that. So, I'm sure that will be released. They were probably waiting on seeing which city would be coming out of the American League, and are probably checking on stadium availability and that kind of thing before releasing when the series will start. I want to go very quickly again through basketball. Not a big basketball fan, but some of you out there may be, so let's just quickly go through the scores. Toronto defeated the 76ers 128-94. San Antonio beat Chicago at home 87-77. The Orlando Magic went into Cleveland and defeated the three-time Eastern Conference champions 114-93. Detroit Pistons defeated the Knicks in Madison Square Gardens 111-107. Houston defeated Dallas at home by a score of 107-91. Memphis hosted the Golden State Warriors and were victorious 111-101. Miami defeated the Indiana Pacers in South Beach by a score of 112-108. Milwaukee defeated Portland 113-110. Utah over Oklahoma City 96-87. Denver 96, Sacramento 79 in the Rockies. One final game going on at halftime. The LA Clippers are ahead of the Phoenix Suns 58-44. So, we've gone through the scores of the NHL. It is now final in the desert. Chicago 4.